On this Wireside winter carp campaign so far, I've had 2 different 30lb carp. The first was the top lin at £31, and then on the last session, Eliza at £32. That's now 2 30lb mirror carp on the winter campaign. This proved my approach was working and it wasn't luck. Now there's only one question left. Can I deliberately add a third 30 before the end of March? Fishing the same lake, same peg, which is now seeing more pressure from other anglers. Hi, my name's Lee and welcome to the channel. You're joining me on this session. Yes, it's cloudy, dull, overcast, and I just about got the bivvy set up before it started to rain. Speaking of the bivvy, let's get in there, out the rain. Okay. Right. Just want to admit something to you now. Being very honest with you. I was beginning to doubt myself that catching that first 30 was a fluke. And I was just playing the numbers game. I mean, you're going to catch so many carp and one of them's got to be a big one. And that's how I started to think. But if you've watched the last session, which I hope you have, because I mean, I was blown away by that 32lb mirror, a carp called Eliza. So after catching Eliza, that confirmed to me that the first 30 just wasn't a fluke at all. I'm doing everything right so far on this winter campaign. The goal was to catch 30s, but obviously in the beginning I was happy just catching numbers and getting runs, keeping myself entertained. But now I think the pace of the video has definitely shifted for me. It's all about the 30s now. So back in peg 6, I've seen ducks diving over spots, so there must be bait on those spots from previous anglers. This peg has been under a bit of pressure, to say the least, and through these sessions I have been fishing different spots to where most people would cast to. For example, the far margin, it just screams cast to me, cast to me. I've actually been avoiding that, sort of fishing shy of it by about a rod length or even 3 rod lengths sometimes, and then other times I've just fished at 9 and 10 wraps in open water on soft silty spots. Done a lot of homework about this venue, spent a lot of time trolling through Facebook. I checked out every single catch report that went back to literally, I think it was October 2024, every catch report for Fox Lake, and I'd done that much reading. When I went to bed that night, I closed my eyes and it was like I was still scrolling up through Facebook. So yeah, a lot of research went into this place before I chose this venue, and a lot of research while I've been fishing this venue. I don't consider myself to be a really good angler, just an average Joe Blogs angler. That proves that somebody like myself can come out in winter and you can still catch carp. Try and get GoPros on your head while you're fishing. Isn't always easy, but there we go. Middle rod, I just reeled my left rod in to recast it, and yeah, middle rod. And it actually feels like a nice carp as well. I'm fighting like mad I mean March. They are beginning to wake up a lot now it's March, that's for sure. Certainly a lot more fight in them now than there was at the start of the winter campaign. Now he's done. There we go. Lovely. Let's get him unhooked and get this left hand side rod back out, because it's already wrapped up, clipped up, good go. There we go. That'll hooked. You, my friend, will stay there for a bit whilst one deals with this mess. Lovely soft donk, not fishing on the hard gravel spots. That, if anybody's interested, is at 13 wraps. Shh, but don't tell anybody. There we go. Lovely. Tighten them back up. That bobbin back on. Pick the hat up, because I threw it off when I picked the GoPro up. Turn this off. There we go. First carp of the session. Not a bad start at £22 8 ounce. Always nice to get a run pretty quick. So chuffed as always. He's a bit restless because I've had him in the sling while I was getting set up. Wicked result. Off the mark. Good way to start the session. Back on the carp again. Let's get him back though. Off you go. With all three rods back out fishing again on those spots, I've been working out some statistics. Can I say statistics? There we go. 31% chance that I will catch another carp on this session. That's based on the fact I've had 20 carp so far from Fox Lake, and 2 of those carp were already over £30. So that means 10% of the carp I have caught are already over that £30 mark, which basically equates to a 1 in 3 chance that every run I get, a 1 in 3 chance will be a £30 carp. Now, if I do a little bit more math, I have 4 more sessions left to go, which dramatically increases those chances of me catching a £30 carp to 75% and 80%. That is a massive percentage. So realistically, before the end of this campaign, it is possible to catch another 30. There's no need for words there. I'm just going to sit out and enjoy this spectacular sunset. After fishing all through the winter, it's taken a long time for it to get to this stage. It's 6:30 and it's still not dark. Getting very hungry, so tea tonight is just a simple pizza. There's no steaks, there's no fajitas, there's no omelets, plain old pizza for tea it is. Gonna whack that in that Ridge Monkey and it'll be good to eat in about 5 minutes. And if you was wondering how I'm gonna get this in this Ridge Monkey, well, it's quite simple. I'm smashing it in like that. And then I just break off the little bits of crust around the outside, like that, like that. Doesn't have to be tidy. And then, let's whack that on there. Well, let that cook slow. Turn it over every now and again. And that's enough about pizza. One thing I do want to say is I have caught 2 30-pound mirror carp now. There is a common swimming around in here. It is actually called the Big Common and it weighs 31 pound. So if I was to catch another 30, that would definitely be the carp I would love to catch. Is there such thing as a target carp? Well, that's going to be mine, the Big Common. I didn't realise that it was a full moon tonight, and you know what they say about fishing on a full moon? You catch more carp. While I was admiring the moon, funny enough, I had another run, and it wasn't long before I was saying, get at my net. Well, they can't all be 20-pounders or 30-pounders. This one, just over 15 pound, but another take off that spot. So, carp are definitely feeding out there. He's still not what we're looking for though, on that quest for the Big Common. Let's get him back. It's getting late now. I've got half a cup of tea left. I'm going to finish that and then get in the sleeping bag, guys. Get some Zeds. I'll either be woken up by that going off or me wanting to go to the toilet. It's whichever happens first, really. With no action on the rods last night, I woke up at about 6:15 this morning, and by 6:30 it was coming daylight. So I just sat listening to the birds. I've got the kettle on, going to make myself a nice hot, fresh cup of tea. Then I'm going to reel all 3 rods in, put some fresh hook baits on, tie up some solid bags, get the rods back out and see if I can get a morning bite. And that's what I wanted to see. Carp just boshed right over my left hand side rod. So let's see if that goes off, because they're definitely patrolling down that path, down that route. Pretty much where that duck dived, about, I don't know, 4 foot to the left though. Before I do the video with the carp, it's a fresh hook bait going on, and I've tied up another solid PVA bag, and I'm going to get that rod straight back out. Okay, so carp number 3 of the session is as wide as he is long. It's like a rugby ball. Absolutely stunning. Left hand side rod again. Solid bags. Not a morning bite, but an afternoon bite. Lovely. Great big mouth on him as well. That nom 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 for munching all of them pallets in the crayfish mini mix. But yeah, get this one back. So the numbers are definitely on my side again on this session. Plenty of carp being landed. So according to stats, it is only a matter of time before I catch that next 30-pound carp. It's a lot colder tonight than it was last night. The temperatures have plummeted down again. Anyway, the question is, can I get a bite tonight? I have had runs through the night time, as you've seen, but can I get one tonight? And will he be that 30-pounder? I did all the math and worked out the stats, but no more carp through the night. Anyway, this is carp fishing, carp angling, so relying on stats, that doesn't mean anything. With another 3 carp landed on this session, that now takes the winter carp campaign to a total of 23 carp. Didn't land that 30 on this session though, but if the bites keep coming at this rate, I will be looking at least 30 carp on the bank by the end of the winter campaign, which is in a few weeks. 3 weeks of the winter campaign to go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this session. Thanks for watching again. I'll catch you next time.